thought we were going. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Featured Friday, but you know, we do Featured Fridays on Tuesday. So welcome to Featured Friday. You know what day it is. I'm filling in for Chris Badgett. Chris Badgett is living his best life. And my name is Kurt. I'm here with Magic Emily Middleton. Today's kind of a fun one. For those of you that pay attention to the WordPress space, full site editing is the newest way to edit. And we thought it would be really awesome to talk about experiencing powerful navigation menus inside your full site editing using LifterLMS and the SkyPilot theme. Emily?
Yeah. Thank you, Kurt. So diving into full site editing in SkyPilot might feel a little bit intimidating the first time you do it, or maybe the first few times you do it. And so how full site editing works for menus specifically is different than what we may have seen in the past. I'll do a quick review of how menus used to work in WordPress. And if you're using a theme like Astro or Cadence, you'll still find menus edited this way. But we're moving into an era where menus will be edited using blocks. If you've edited menus in WordPress before, you're probably used to something like appearance menus. Down here, you can create menus up here at the top. Select if you want to edit your footer menu, add pages, add courses, add custom links. All these things can be added over to a menu, custom menu item. And then wherever this menu is placed on your website via your theme settings, if it's a primary menu, or if it's a logged out menu, whatever your theme provides as options, this menu will display in those places. If you're using a page builder like Beaver Builder or Divi Elementor, you would also edit your header, select the menu you want to display there. So for example, I might have selected my footer menu to display in the footer of the website. And if I were to make a change right here, appearance menus, that would automatically reflect on the front end. That's the experience we're used to. Diving into SkyPilot and full site editing, the experience is going to be a little bit different. Let's activate SkyPilot. We do still see appearance menus down here at the bottom left. It's the same editor, but the problem is that if you make a change here, you might not see that change reflected on the front end because menus work a little bit differently now. If we go to Appearance Editor, we can find out where SkyPilot really wants you to be editing those menus, and that's in this navigation section right there. If we click on navigation, we can see I have a footer menu, a navigation, a course menu draft, and then another footer dash menu. I have 4 menus here, but on the back end, when I'm scrolling through, I only have course menu and footer menu. So these navigation items eventually will just completely replace this menu editor, but this is where our menus will be. So if we go to navigation, which is probably the navigation I have at the top of my site, let's see if that's what's up. Courses dashboard terms of use. That might actually be my footer menu. Let's figure out which one that is. Courses dashboard terms of use. That looks like this menu. So I have my footer menu in the header for some reason, but that's okay. Let's just rename this to header. So header menu, you can rename the menu by clicking the 3 dots. You can edit, duplicate, or rename it. And so we see a pretty simple editor, and this is an isolated block that is just this little section in the middle. If I wanted to edit, I could click the 3 dots and click edit. It takes me into the block editor. I have a header menu item and all my little links below. If I click to open this and open the options on the right-hand side, I can reorder the items. I can create submenu items by dragging these below the other ones, stuff like that. I can add a new menu link, and this could be a page link, a custom link, submenu. This looks very similar to what we've seen within the old menu editor. So LifterLMS link is another option that we have. And if you remember from our old menu interface, LifterLMS links are these right here. And so we can kind of see this analogous style when we're building out our little items. We can have submenu items, page links, custom links, or LifterLMS links. I think doing everything with a custom link is a good idea because then you can just edit your menu and change it. If we click on one of our menu items, we can see that these are all basically custom links anyway. We can give it a title, so terms of use could turn into terms. And then we could change the link if our terms of use page ever changes. We can add a description for the code of what this menu item is. We could add little title attributes and custom CSS if we wanted to. But mostly you're going to be changing your titles, you're going to be changing your URLs, and you can add custom links, you can add LifterLMS links. And so a LifterLMS link, something that might be unique here, might be like sign out. If we wanted to sign in, sign out, what we would do is add 2 LifterLMS links. LifterLMS link, and this is probably going to be sign in because my other one was sign out. Save that. And now that I've saved my navigation, we can see that that menu will update over here, including my sign out link. And the challenge is that if we come over to our appearance menu area, we can see that sign in and sign out are not a part of my footer menu, even though I just edited it. That's because, right, it's no longer going to be in this menus area. These are like legacy menus. You're going to edit these in the navigation section on your appearance edit. I went back too far. Appearance editor.
Yeah, I got to say, when SkyPilot first came out and I first tried full site editing, this was probably one of the most confusing things for me when I first started playing with it. And then I think that's why we've made so much content on this one subject. It just seems like menus and then sidebars are like those things that just seem to be completely different in full site editing. And although we see it as the future of where WordPress is going, we're still dealing with it in the here and now, and how do we optimize it now? So I really appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, of course. And one other quick thing is that when you're editing a regular template, you can also edit your menus. So if I were to edit the homepage template where my header menu is set to display, it'll open my full site editor, load in my header, content area, and footer. Inside of my header template part, we can dig into the header menu, which is here. So you have the option of editing it under the editor navigations, but you also have the option of editing it on any template that it displays. And so you have to be aware that if you were to make an edit within a template to your header menu, you are editing the header menu, and it will change that across your website wherever the header menu is set to display. So a lot to think about, but that's an intro to how to use headers in full site editing. What do you think, Kurt?
I think you nailed it, Emily. I don't think we need to go any further. Folks, 2 different ways. You can do it with the pages. You can edit the header and the navigation by itself. If you have any other questions, just go to the search block inside LifterLMS.com, and you will see that we have guided tutorials there for different elements in using LifterLMS. That's it for this Featured Friday, and we will see you next Tuesday on Featured Friday.